Hello there, folks. Kirk Giordano here again. My son Jason Giordano is doing the video. He works with me also. Today we're working for this fella, Beelman Construction. He's located in Alameda. He specializes in second-story additions. We're doing about 22 windows for him. What we're doing is he put all new Andersons in. You got Andersons, Marvas, Pellas. He chose Anderson. So all of these windows here, all the way down, I'll just show you one side of the house. It goes all the way around. And the way we're doing them is, after he's done, we come and we put paper underneath this peel-and stick. We tell him don't stick it, otherwise we won't be able to get under it. So we lift it up, we put our new paper, then we do the 17 gauge wire, and we use what he has. I don't like to take my wire right to the window, otherwise it makes it tough to put a bead of caulk in here. We use a Sikaflex polyurethane caulking. Anyhow, that's what we're going to do today. We got about 22. We're going to be here for quite a while. After we get this lat, the city will come out. We're in Alameda. They inspect all the lat. They'll inspect this, and after that we'll go ahead and start the scratch coat. We're going to scratch it, we're going to brown them, and over here I got something a little bit different. We're not only going to scratch and brown around here, but we're going to brown out that entire wall, color code it, and put a new finish so we don't have patches all around there, because we have a 60-foot horizontal and a lot of little patches on one little wall. So I recommended, hey gee, let's just go ahead and recolor coat that whole thing. And this finish here, it's called Santa Barbara Smooth Santa Barbara Mission Finish. It's real tight. There's hardly any sand or aggregate in it. It's almost like taping mud. So after we brown it out, we'll be matching this guy here, which no problem. I've been doing it a lot of years, so I'll be able to do that. You'll see it as soon as we get to the scratch coat. All right, folks, back to Larry Beelman's job, who, by the way, built this whole second-story addition by himself. It's in Alameda. Larry Beelman, there's his telephone number, 522-2615. Great contractor. He does second-story additions quite often. All right, my son Jason is finishing floating out these joints, and we're using a green sponge float because the water from the sponge gets the joint where, when I apply a texture on it, it'll match a lot closer than if we use a hard rubber float. We use a hard rubber float when we're browning out walls, getting ready to color coat. But when we are getting ready to texture around a window that's already been previously installed for, oh gee, this house is 60 years old, we sponge float around those edges and we feather everything in. I'll show you the rest of the wall. There's the rest of the wall where we're going to be going. Well, that's almost toward the end of what we're doing here, and you'll see the last phases in a few minutes. All right, guys, now that we've browned out around all these windows, what I did is I spread out some color coat. This particular finish is Santa Barbara Smooth Mission Finish. It's really, really touchy, so it's got to be right on the money. So after I spread everything, I floated it. Now I'm doing the texture. So we're almost to the conclusion of this one. I want to show you one more thing after this guy here. So you spread the texture, take your hawk, just get a little bit on here, and you just texture it like that. And yeah, we make it look easy because we've been doing it a lot of years. It's a little bit more difficult than just like that, but. All right, guys. We did the bump out here. We color coded it. And now I'm doing the texture. This is the last phase. Around the windows, again, we browned them out, then I colored them, then textured them. That way this very light skip tile finish will match in. Here, I'm just, what you do is pull it off the tile, and you just barely skim it. Barely skim it. And as soon as, right now, unfortunately, it happens to be about 95 degrees. Oh, I hate these hot days, but you gotta take the good with the bad and vice versa. You take it out of the bucket here, we're scooping it, putting it on here, and notice as fast as I'm putting it on, it's drying. I'll put it on. Generally, after I put my texture on, I can wait a while, but because of the heat, it is absorbing, and I'm knocking it down immediately. Knocking it down immediately. It's one of those hot days. We knew it was going to be hot. We actually started about 6:30, right when it got light. Try to beat the heat, but sometimes it all doesn't work. Anyhow, you'll see when this dries, it'll turn the same color as this. And again, I don't know if the camera's going to show that, but this texture will turn this color, and it'll all blend in. Then they're going to paint this, and we're going to take all the plastic off the windows. And that's the proper way to do a color coat around windows with proper ties. Kirk Giordano Plastering. Those of you who want to do it but don't know how, you can call us. Thanks Jay for doing the video, and we'll see you on the next one.